Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. What if I told you you're paying 20 cents on the per kilowatt, but I could show you how to pay 2 cents per kilowatt? Go ahead and bust out your power bill, and I want you to tell me how much you would be paying after you have divided it by 10. Do you know that non-municipal power plants want to raise your prices simply, and here's the excuse, because they laid down the grid. 3 times out of 10, they didn't lay down the grid. It was just some other company that came along and bought them. And as time has gone by, more and more companies are gobbling up other power plants. So no, they didn't lay down the grid at all. Now they paid for the company, but that's the cost of doing business. If you're buying the company, you're buying the company. So that is not the case, and they no longer are producing the power. The way the grid works is somebody produces power somewhere, and that person who produces power sells the power to somebody else, some other company or some other location, right? And that might not even be a different company. And they don't produce the power as you turn on your light switch. What the power company now does is route the power to your house, to that light switch. And it's an amazing thing. However, a lot of hackers have shown that it's not very wise. So there is no power turn on. They simply are routing the power to your light switch, right? So them trying to continuously raise the power, I want to show you how to get 2 cents per kilowatt. Women, what if I told you that a lot of the CEOs, upper management, all these women in power are quitting their jobs, completely quitting their jobs. Why? Because after they've calculated wardrobe, cost of upkeep on a car, cost of daycare, cost of this and that and the other, gas, all that other stuff, they have determined that they would save money by them quitting their job, husband working, and they stay at home and raise the children. All of the expenses surrounding that are more than what they are making even as CEOs. Take that next time you go to your feminist meeting. There's a guy on here who made a video of himself prospecting for gold at a river. After doing some napkin mathematics, we determined that he made approximately $200 over the course of 5 hours. We also determined, by doing some napkin mathematics, that he lost money. How many of you think that if you made $200 every 5 hours, that you'd be sitting pretty? But we determined that he actually lost money by making the $200 over 5 hours. Why? And here's the common denominator of all of these stories that I was just talking about. The all-in costs. The all-in costs. The women from CEOs sat down and wrote down everything that it cost them to go to work and to put their children in daycare or preschool or first grade or whatever. They calculated all of the costs, and they determined that if they stayed home, they would actually save money. They would save the family money, because it is a family thing. It's not just a one-sided how much I make, you know. A lot of people try and target women by saying how much you. No, you're not a single entity. Most of you are attached to someone somewhere who's funneling money in your direction. Be it food, be it rent, be it car payment. So we determined that that guy lost money. And he made $200 in 5 hours. When you calculate the all-in, I want to do a series of talking about why people are poor. They never sit down and do the all-in costs. How much does it cost for me to go work at McDonald's? And then there's people who says, well, I have no other option. That is a bald-faced lie. Remember I just made a video that just said that there are jobs, $35 an hour? Why are you making a minimum wage job? Why are you doing that? Do you know in your cities there's a whole industrial section? Industrial. And they don't care what color your skin is painted. And a lot of times they start off at 15, 20, 30, a minimum. You simply determine what industry you want to go into and you go and do that. And they're not that particular about who they hire. A lot of the stuff is non-skilled work. And if it is skilled work, you know what? They'll start you off at the non-skilled position, teach you, train you, you have a skill, boom, you're in it. I want to do a series to point out to you why you are not making money and how you are making excuses for yourself when all you need is this. What do you think about that? I want you to make more money. Shakaama, why don't you go work for it? I did. I worked in the industry. I also traded stocks. I have to determine what's good for me. You have to determine what's good for you. And I'm telling you, you complaining about minimum wage and that you can't make any more money, no. If there's a complaint about it, then there's a problem. You have an issue with it. You have an issue doing what you are doing. And I want to not only just encourage you, but I want to give you some practical things to actually think about and maybe execute. A lot of you all don't execute. The people who do execute always write me back, oh, I made $100,000 this year. I made $100,000, and the most I earned was $150,000 by following my guidance and my financial videos. But here's for the common, everyday peasant. What does peasant mean? He's the free man that could turn into a rich man. The serf belonged to the Lord in a castle. The peasant didn't belong to anybody. But the peasant was not of royal blood, right? He was not from a royal lineage. You are a free man peasant. So if I say peasant, don't get offended. You only get offended because other people are using the word wrongly and they're trying to redefine the word. It's a free guy, didn't belong to nobody, and he could turn into a merchant, but the merchant still was a peasant. When push came to shove, if they said, "Well, the prince needs somebody to marry. Why don't you marry John Smith's daughter?" That's a peasant. John Smith is the biggest blacksmith in all of the 9 islands. Still a peasant. Sorry, can't marry his daughter. That would be putting him above other people, and we just can't do that. All right, like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. YouTube is doing something where I keep losing like 50 subscribers every other day. I don't know what's going on. So I'm at 55,000. Thank you. So if you don't see 55,000, it's YouTube doing that. But subscribe, hit the notification bell, and put I want to be notified anytime he comes on, right? Cause I don't make that many videos. I want all of y'all to be on top of it when I make something, okay, right? Also, I'm going to go live. I bought all of this super duper internet, and then my computer goes out. Please donate. I see a few of you have donated. Mr. Han, thank you. I forget who's the other person. Of course, I can't see it because I'm recording with the only device I have. Like the video, leave comments, leave tons of comments, please. I sit alone waiting for somebody to comment all day. You don't know my pain. Thank you.